got this bow, and Janet says, hey, why don't you try doing this with me? I said, it's 2 weeks.
Why not?
Yeah.
So, please forgive me
Since we don't know
if I get a few squeaks here and there.
Since we don't know what we're doing.
No.
I might coach you a couple times.
I'll try to stay out of the way for you. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hi. I have no idea. And the assignment was Festive Seasons. The assignment, she says. So I looked for things related to seasons at this time of year. I guess in theory it could be seasons anytime, but I was trying to keep it around here. And I've got 4 brand new poems in there for you looking for the chapbook. Are you ready, Mr. Man?
I think I'm ready.
The first one's called Open Flame for the Celebration. Every year, as the festival approached, I would go to the grounds to celebrate. I can still remember riding my roller skates down the street after the afternoon shower and running my skates through the puddles in the middle of the street. This was a time to celebrate. And then when the big day came, all the families would come together, bring food for the feast. Someone would roast a beast on a spit to spin over the open flame as more and more people would join the festivities. And I would wear a light dress, skip down the street until it was time to come together to celebrate. And what a celebration it would be. It was the one chance everyone came together to be grateful for our abundance, to honor a higher power, and just to be happy that we all had the chance to be together again. This one's called Every Soul Celebrates. Yours. A poet once described Saturn mythology. Saturn, it says, devours its children. Yes, it's true. I know it. But I never paid attention to that mythology. I love a gas giant planet with moons like our Earth at its creation. A celestial giant with some moons that couldn't quite come together, that formed a nebulous sheet of rings instead. Because even though science isn't mythology, it is truly beautiful. I've always said that, until I heard the stories of Saturnalia. When you think of a celebration, you might think Mardi Gras, or the New Year's ball drop in New York City, or you might even think of the decadence at Brazil's Carnival. But none of that matches the chance for people to get together, from rich to slaves, and to be treated as equals, to celebrate the crops and share the abundance of the year. Because during Saturnalia, this ancient Roman festival honored Saturn as a deity, a god of agriculture, liberation, and time. So it only seemed fitting, after annual harvest, that during this dinner festival, all slaves would be first served, as if they were masters of the house. This was a time to celebrate prosperity after the crops were good. And because Saturnalia was a holiday, businesses and government offices were closed, and no war could be declared on this day. Roman poet Catullus calls Saturnalia the best of times, and the Augustan poet Horace called this supreme and decadent liberty a December liberty, leisure free of grievous ambition. And as the end of the year approaches, isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that what we all look for? We've worked so long. We've accomplished so much. Maybe we should remind ourselves that sometimes we have to stop and switch things up a bit. Because if Saturn rules agriculture, liberation, and time, then let's use this time to liberate ourselves and celebrate our fortunes in any form, with every soul we see. It's stunning to be listening how that sounds. What do we do? This one. When I didn't have a name for it, I called it Solstice, Solstice, because I didn't know what to call it. This is Endings Bring Light. Not that you care, but my birthday is June 22nd, the day after the summer solstice. That means it's just about the longest day of the year, which also means it's the shortest night. But I remember those summer nights near my birthday, savoring dusk at 9 p.m. The days might be long, but they come with a peace that makes you happy to be a part of it. But that's a summer solstice. Flip the year around to right around now and enjoy those long nights. Right before Christmas, this is when everyone, no matter what religion, always just gets along. And this December solstice marks the turning of the sun, because after 12/21, our sun is out more, and the days only get longer. The ancient Incas held a festival for the sun and god of the sun on this day, and we still celebrate the rebirth of the sun. All I know is that any December solstice celebration translates only to sharing, to giving, to loving. And after a long year of struggles and strains, and you think of the year coming to an end, remembering caring, giving, and sharing makes it worth celebrating, knowing future days can only lead to more light. How do you think it sounds? It sounds really, I'm like, this is so cool. I'm just such a child when I hear this. This is amazing to me. This is my last one. Thank you very much for listening. And I thought this would be a good ending one because we're all here, and a good title is Everyone Celebrates Together. I've always been the one to plan everything. And I know I wanted to celebrate on New Year's Eve. It's weird to think that ancient calendars used to begin at the vernal equinox in March. And it's weirder to think that this celebrating started in 2000 BC in Mesopotamia, Iraq. Well, even though they are different cultures and they use different calendars, they celebrate the New Year in different ways. Ethiopians celebrate the rain on September 11th. Thai New Year? People splash blessing water on each other on April 13th. The Chinese New Year varies with the lunar calendar, with lion and dragon dances, drums, fireworks, and more, all in red for good luck for the new year. Some countries celebrate the running into water, freezing cold water. I saw this New Year's polar bear plunge repeatedly, topped with remembering the past and celebrating the new. So yeah, I usually plan everything. So in December I said, I'm tired of coming up with a plan for New Year's. I told someone else to come up with a plan. Being a Midwesterner, someone looked at me and said, let's watch the ball drop in New York City. He didn't have a plan of where to stay, he just said it. And my first impulse was to think that this was ludicrous. It's too far away, we'd have no place to stay. But then I gave it a second thought. What salespeople in my company sell in New York? Maybe I could float this idea their way and maybe we could actually pull this off. After I mentioned it to just one saleswoman that I've never actually physically met in person, they invited me to their home in Connecticut so that we could train into the city with their son and his friends and celebrate New York for the new year. One phone call was all it took. And the next thing I knew, we were road tripping to New York to watch the ball drop in Times Square. In these times, and in times like these, in times where we celebrate, everyone is instantly your friend. My coworker brought me to the Chrysler building so I could see the view from our company's Manhattan office. And that's the only time I took a photograph of the World Trade Center towers, buildings you never really think about unless the news is bad. But no, this was a time for sightseeing. And you know, people complain about the traffic in New York, but it didn't seem much different from Chicago. And on this one trip, the roads were my friends, and we got along just fine. But forget the car on New Year's Eve. My coworker's son, his name was Trip. He took me on a trip on a train with new friends in a new town until we found a perfect place for the perfect view on the street. And on this one night, we all screamed together, and we all celebrated together, and we all stuck together, even leaning on each other for a nap on the ride home on the train. Because maybe it's worth it to work on that bucket list, even if you don't have one. If one of the things only comes from an off-the-cuff suggestion to try something you've never tried before. It might amount to meeting tons of new people for moments you'll never forget. And remember, with these festivities, everyone can celebrate together.